Doing all right. I had still trying to figure out if the stream is actually live on my end. I can see that there is some active chat going on, which I'd love to see. And yeah, okay. I can see myself, so that's great. I can confirm it is now live. Yeah, how's everyone doing on this wonderful Saturday evening? Woo. All right. Let me go to my dashboard. Anyway, I wanted to do this live stream on this Saturday evening because I feel like a lot happened in wireless this past week, and I didn't have a dedicated video to cover everything, so I figured a fun live stream, check it out, and then we're actually doing a special after show for the Patreon supporters, which I'm super excited about. It's a way to just interact with you, and yeah, we'll have fun. So great. I'm glad everyone's doing well. Just checking in on the chat. Max Tech Studios, glad to see you here. King, great to see you here. Jared Salem, thank you for joining. We got David Hall. I see you're driving, my friend. Please drive safely, and hopefully this is a good audio-only experience. King, great to have you here. Appreciate it. Greg McCarter, hello. Thank you for joining. X-Gamer Johnny, thank you for the compliment. I appreciate it. I try and make videos that I would want to watch and that I find helpful. So that's kind of what guides me there, or what people have questions on. Henry Johnson, hello. Great to have you here. Really appreciate your viewership. And yeah. Eric, I'm glad you're able to finally join a live stream. Hopefully I gave enough heads up. I'm still trying to figure out maybe a good schedule. I feel like Saturday is kind of a chill evening, but I also know there's so many other people going live at this time that it's, I want to make sure everyone can watch their favorite creators. So I don't know. I'm finding time. I think this works for me, so hopefully it works for everyone else. Yes. Bodyguard 856. We finally have some new AT&T prepaid plans. That is another topic I want to talk about. So let me actually open up that tab right now while I'm thinking about it so we can take a look. I really wish AT&T's website had a more prominent prepaid section. That's what I will say on that. King, you got Mint plan, now you're switching to US Mobile. That's interesting. I hope US Mobile works for you and that they provide the service and experience you're looking for. Also, Kate Christopher, great to have you here. Dan TGR, I have active lines on Red Pocket and I'm working on that review. It's been a little bit lower in my priority list, but I'm going to get that out. All right, I think now we should get started diving into the main content for this live stream. I really wanted to talk about Ting's new plans. They announced some pretty groundbreaking some really great plans for Ting, and they desperately needed it. We also have US Mobile. They launched eSIM. It was kind of quiet under the radar. They did a Reddit post on it. And maybe you may have noticed if you were a US Mobile customer, but I didn't see I don't think I got an email about it, or if I did, it was like hidden in the 100 other emails I also got. And the last thing I wanted to touch on, I actually forgot. Let me see what I put in the title here. AT&T prepaid new plans. Perfect. So we got everything. And yeah, I think we should just start. Let's cut to the LG monitor. I was on the AT&T website, but really what I want to talk about right now, Ting's new plans. They're saying this is big, meet our new plans, right? And I think the new plans are pretty awesome. So let's scroll down a little bit on the site and we can take a look at them here. They only show 3 plans up front. And in my opinion, these are actually the best plans. If you click see more plans, you can see there are 1 more plan. So let me get these full screen. And I'd be curious to hear what your thoughts are on these plans as well. But what we're looking at right now is a flex plan that is $10 per month per user. Okay. So with Ting, you can actually have multiple lines on your account, but each line needs to be on the same plan. So if you choose to have all lines on Ting Flex, it's $10 per month per line for unlimited talk and text. And then you're getting shared data that is $5 per gigabyte. And this is honestly going to be a great value for existing Ting customers, because typically the way Ting's plans used to work is that they had this old rate system. Let me see if I can pull that up for you. It's in the Wayback Machine, and so you got to, oh, let me pop this over here, bring that back up, and see if I can find the link for it. So unfortunately, yeah, you do have to kind of hunt through the Wayback Machine in order to find it. But once you do have the link, it is possible to kind of play around with their plan configuration tool that they were using previously. Okay, it looks like this is it. Okay, so this is Ting's previous rate tool, and Ting originally launched in 2012, and it was honestly great. Like, these rates that they launched with were actually reasonably priced, competitive, and ideal for lower data users, which was awesome, and it was really great. I think a lot of Ting customers appreciated the flexibility these plans offered, and most importantly, the customer service and support, right? So Ting has been known for offering really, really good customer service and support, and with these kind of affordable rates, they were great. Unfortunately, if we configure a plan here, the rates they started out as affordable, but they quickly have become very expensive. So let me just make this bigger so hopefully you can see quite clearly. You only pay for what you use, and it's basically each line is $6, and you can have as many lines as you want on a single account. Let's do one line, so it's $6 for the line, and let's say our usage falls in, I don't know, I honestly probably talk on the phone for 100 minutes or less. That's like an hour and a half or less per month, and anytime I'm on the phone, it's usually FaceTime, which doesn't count against your minutes, but I'm at home using Wi-Fi instead. Text messages, this used to be a lot for me, but has declined. I'll do 1,000. I feel like that's a safe number. And then data. I'm actually probably in the 2 to 3 gig range, and you can see monthly bill comes out to $34 per month. That's, again, at the time these launched, wasn't too bad, but right now is super expensive considering the other options we have available. So now with Ting's new plans, they have some really great options. We just talked about Flex, that same plan, right? 100 minutes, 1,000 texts, 2 gigs of data would come out to just $20 total with Ting Flex, and it would be unlimited minutes and unlimited texts. And that is a really great value, especially for existing Ting customers. And yeah, I think the reason Ting Flex exists is because Ting wanted to honor their existing customers. They understand they're lighter users. They always want access to fast data. They just don't need a lot of it, and they'll pay for their usage. The other interesting thing is Ting is post-paid. So with these plans here, you use your service, and then at the end of the month, that's when you pay your bill. And the reason Ting has been post-paid is they actually calculated your bill at the end based on their rate system. So with these new plans, they don't necessarily have to do that. They do with the Flex plan. They'll bill you at the end of your month for how much data you used for all the lines in your account. But these other data bucket plans don't necessarily need that. But they are still post-paid, which is pretty cool. The big plan that I love is the Set 5 gig plan. And this is $25 a month and includes 5 gigs of either LTE or 5G data. The big news here is the plan is actually you only get 5G access on the T-Mobile network. So that's the big thing here. It will work on Verizon or T-Mobile. In fact, all of Ting's plans are available on either Verizon or T-Mobile, but you need to choose to sign up for T-Mobile in order to get the 5G access. Verizon 5G access, I believe, is coming soon, but we haven't gotten it yet from Ting. Okay, and the last two plans, I honestly have mixed feelings about these. So we have Unlimited and Unlimited Pro. And first of all, unfortunately, these are not true unlimited plans. They are what I call fake unlimited plans. You may have a different term for them, but basically they are plans with a set amount of high-speed data before giving you unlimited 2G data. In this case, the unlimited plan is $45 a month and includes 22 gigs of either LTE or 5G data, again, on T-Mobile. And you can use up to 12 gigs of that as hotspot data. So this is kind of an interesting point where, let me see, when you're on Ting, the high-speed data allotment you have, it's not like, all right, you have high speed and hotspot, but rather you have high speed, a high speed allotment, and then you can use up to a certain amount of that allotment as hotspot data. So when we're looking at the plans, let's cut back to that. You can see the unlimited plan is 22 gigs of high speed data, and you can use up to 12 gigs of that as hotspot data. I don't know why Ting does this. I mean, I'm sure it has to do with the negotiations on the back end, but it's a decent amount of hotspot data. It just will count against your high-speed data allotment. The other big thing is we have Ting Unlimited Pro, $60 for 35 gigs. Yeah, there's no way around this. This is just a super expensive plan. You can literally get the same 35 gigs of LTE or 5G data from Mint Mobile for $30 a month. And you can see if we pull up Mint Mobile's website, again, they're still offering their 3 months free promotion right now. If you don't know about that, I have a dedicated video on it. And basically, you just sign up for a plan and you get an additional 3 months of service. But if we go to Mint's unlimited plan, again, the same misleading unlimited branding. But if we expand, you can see it reads. I'm going to zoom way in on this so you can see it. I don't have my animation tools, but you can see data speeds reduced after 35 gigabytes. Okay, and then the data is unlimited part means you're slowed down to unlimited 2G data at 128 kilobits per second, which is really slow. In fact, I should probably do a video on how slow that is and what you can actually do at those speeds. But it is 35 gigs, and it comes out to $30 a month. Again, this is with Mint Mobile's annual pricing. So that's how they're able to offer that value, but that is easily a better deal than what Ting is doing on their Unlimited Pro plan. Now, that said, I am a big fan of Ting Flex and Ting Set 5 gigabytes. Those are really good values for consumers and for lighter data users. In fact, I think at the $25 price point, Ting is actually the best value. Let me see if I can pull up a slide here. While we're going, let me check the chat too while we're at it, see if we have any questions on Ting or anything I've talked about so far. Kate Christopher, hey, Stetson's the Pixel 4a the cheapest 5G phone? That's a great question. I believe TCL launched with the cheapest 5G phones available, but they weren't very good. And something really, really important you need to know about Pixel 4a 5G is that it comes in 2 variations. Let me cut back to the main camera. So Pixel 4a 5G comes in 2 variations. The unlocked one you purchase directly from the Google Store will only work on sub 6 gigahertz 5G. So that is T-Mobile's low-band 5G network. This is Verizon nationwide 5G, and it's anywhere AT&T is deployed low-band 5G as well. The second model is a Verizon exclusive Pixel 4a 5G that I believe, my current understanding, is that will only work on Verizon's 5G network, but it will support Verizon's ultra-wideband millimeter wave 5G network. So in my opinion, if you're looking for a 5G smartphone, I would consider Pixel 5. I know it's more expensive, but there are going to be some Black Friday deals on it, and you could potentially find one gently used on Swappa for a better price, and you may consider iPhone 12, or honestly, the Galaxy S20 Plus, or I believe the Verizon variant of the Galaxy S20 will work on all 5G networks. And if you can find that gently used for around $600 or $700, that's going to be a really great value. All right, let's see what else we got in. I'm not sure how to pronounce this. FR4NOX. Thank you so much for popping in, my friend. It's great to have you here. Aries Miller, yo, great. I have not, Sniper Guy, I have not talked about US Mobile yet. We recently started the stream, so thank you for joining. I have not tried AT&T's 5G Plus network yet. I actually don't know how to find coverage for that. If anyone has information like how I can find where AT&T has 5G Plus coverage, I would really appreciate it. Every time I've looked at a coverage map, I feel like it's just a blanket of, we have 5G here. We can't tell you what kind of 5G, but it's there. Like, you have the icon. So I haven't been able to test that yet. Let's see what else we have. King, how's the new desk? Yeah, I think I shared on Instagram. I believe I shared on Instagram that basically I went to IKEA, bought some furniture, and my measurement of the desk tabletop, I was actually using a IKEA countertop, this bamboo countertop. It was the incorrect dimensions sitting on top of the IKEA Alex drawers. So thankfully I was able to return it and purchase a proper bamboo desk that was the correct width. So that was what was going on there. Yeah. It's on AT&T's site. No, Matt. There's a list of cities. See, Henry, I appreciate the list of cities, but what I'm really looking for is like geographic locations, like a address I can actually go to, because otherwise I feel like I'm going to be walking around Denver. If it is in Denver, I haven't checked yet, but trying to do what FR4NOX is doing and, literally walking around and just waiting to find a 5G icon in the status bar. Javier Ferrer Rivera, thank you so much for popping in. Appreciate it. All right. I'm going to go back to talking about Ting just to finish that up, but those are kind of their plans. And, I was going to pull up a slide for you so you can just see a comparison here, how they compared with the competition. Give you a little Easter egg. I don't think that worked. Let's pull it up. Yeah, I use Keynote for creating my presentations, and we don't need to see the presenter notes, so let's hide presenter notes. So now you can see the slides full screen without having to go through the animations. Basically, if you're interested how Ting's plans compare, I'm a big fan. Their $10 flex plan, as they call it, really great value. Okay, compares really well with the options from US Mobile, $10 a month for unlimited talk and text. It's exactly the same from Ting, again on Verizon or T-Mobile. US Mobile, you can build a custom plan for $15, and it's a little bit better value in terms of how much data you get, but you're also only getting 75 minutes and 300 texts with this particular combination. And then honestly, T-Mobile Prepaid is a really good value here, but it's just kind of up to you whether or not you want that. One big point, Ting does include domestic roaming with their plans. If you are someone who travels and you live in an area, or there's areas in your region where there's no T-Mobile coverage, Ting will actually roam on the AT&T network for voice, for texting, and for 100 megabytes of cellular data. That's the same for T-Mobile Prepaid. 100 megabytes of domestic roaming is also included there. The one plan that is a really great option here is Mint Mobile. Again, with their bulk pricing model, Mint is really able to offer some of the most affordable plans out there if you can afford to pay upfront for your service. Ting, got to appreciate the flexibility of the month-to-month pricing that Ting offers, and honestly, the customer support, that's been huge. All right, if we look at Ting's Set 5 gig plan, this is honestly one of the best values out there. So it's right in line with US Mobile, except it actually includes unlimited minutes and texts compared to US Mobile, which is only 75 minutes and 300 texts here. And it's actually better than T-Mobile Prepaid. So they're almost the same, but T-Mobile Prepaid, it does not have the unlimited 2G data. Ting has unlimited 2G data with that plan. So that's pretty awesome. And I think that's what it makes Ting a better value than T-Mobile Prepaid. And then Boost Mobile, both Ting and Dish are owned by, both Ting and Boost Mobile are owned by Dish. So it's kind of interesting to see the different plans here. But it looks like Ting offers more features with support for Wi-Fi calling and with the domestic roaming, as well as the unlimited 2G data. So on a per month basis, I think Ting's new Set 5 gig plan is probably the best value out there right now. Like you can upgrade your price, pay a little bit more and get a lot more data. But in terms of the $25 budget, I think Ting is the best bang for your buck at that price point right now. And the other plan, so again, Ting, this is their Set 5 gig plan. The only plans that can compete are the multi-month annual plans from Red Pocket and Mint Mobile. Okay, so you really get a great value from Red Pocket. $20 a month gets you 7 gigs. Mint Mobile, $20 a month gets you 8 gigs of data. So really the bulk pricing model is just so good and favorable for consumers. However, that said, Red Pocket, the experience, let me tell you right now, it's not as good. The sign up and activation process, from what I've gone through, wasn't great. they had a weird thing where they asked for your social security number to port a line. Like, what? You don't need that. Like, what are you doing? It wasn't required, but they just like had the field for it. So that was weird. And just the overall app, or I don't even know if they have an app, but the online dashboard experience isn't as great. Mint Mobile, I've actually, like, you guys know, I use my personal number on Mint Mobile. I took advantage of their bulk pricing model, and it's worked great for me. And I do think they have a really good experience right now. So I think that could be potentially a toss-up. Like, if you're able to commit to a longer-term plan, that's when Mint Mobile could be a good option. However, you got to appreciate the flexibility Ting offers. They do offer a great value for a plan that is month to month, and Ting's customer support and service is absolutely next level. So that's what they have going for it. And then for the $45 plan, unfortunately, this is really where Ting kind of breaks down. It for 22 gigs, it is better than Verizon. This is an animation, so it's not actually a 12-month plan. There's a plan behind that. But $45 for 22 gigs is better than Verizon Prepaid, but it can't compete to the 50 gigs available on US Mobile or the unlimited data available on Visible. And again, with Visible, you can get Party Pay that brings the cost down to just $25 a month. So unfortunately, Ting is more expensive at their higher tier unlimited plans. I think the reason Ting has these is to say they have unlimited for customers who are concerned about their data usage and they just want a plan that says unlimited, so they feel like they don't have to worry about it. But yeah, they're really expensive. Again, Mint Mobile offering the same amount of data for half the price thanks to their bulk pricing. T-Mobile Prepaid offering unlimited data for the same, or for $10 less actually. Unfortunately, hotspot is at 3G speeds, but you know, that's up to you if you prioritize hotspot or if you want just unlimited data. And even Verizon Prepaid, same price. It is deprioritized like on Ting, but you're getting true unlimited data. So that's my take of Ting's plans here. I think I'll go back to Ting's website so you can see. I think the Ting Flex plan, great value for lighter Ting users. I think existing users are really going to love that. And the set 5 gig plan, I do think is a really great value. And what Ting offers is excellent customer service and excellent support, along with a really good experience right now. So that's what I have for Ting. If you are interested in signing up for Ting, you can actually go to stetson.ting.com. And let me see if I can type that in the chat for you. Actually, let me go to it right now. Yeah, so this is really cool. Ting reached out and I was able to join their affiliate program. So if you're interested in signing up, you can get $25 of account credit. And this will basically cover probably your first month of service. And there's also a link in the video description. If you're interested, it helps support the channel. But otherwise, I mean, keep the plan that works for you. Ooh, Dennis. That's an interesting idea. Dennis asks, can you make a video showing how you make these slides? It's a clean way to demonstrate information. If not, can Patreons possible get access to a template? Dennis, I love that idea. And you know what? I think that definitely goes in the Patreon category. So you can get kind of an inside look at how I create my presentations. It's a glimpse. Here's a glimpse of it right now, but I love that idea and I will definitely pursue that for the Patreon supporters. Let me also catch up on chat here and see what else I might have missed. Max S, it's not in Denver. This is referring back to AT&T 5G Plus. Yeah, so if it's not in Denver, unfortunately, that's probably means it's outside my driving area, so I won't be able to test that just yet. T-Mobile plans now work on eSIM. That's true. I think I touched on that in my previous stream. I can actually cut back to my main camera. If you were checking out the previous stream, T-Mobile eSIM, they have an app on iPhone. I'm actually not sure about Android, but if you go in the app, you can sign up for their $15 2 gig plan and their $25 5 gig plan. This is a great way to test T-Mobile network coverage in your area, see what performance and speeds are like before signing up with, say, Mint Mobile, which is a longer term plan, or even Red Pocket, or going with a carrier like Ting. Chame Freed, will Visible have access to millimeter wave? Yes, millimeter wave access is coming soon to Visible. We don't know when, but we do know speeds will be capped at 200 megabits per second. So it's kind of this midway point where Verizon wants to give Visible customers access to their millimeter wave network, but it just doesn't seem right to have post-paid Verizon subscribers paying so much for the premium plans and then immediately giving that to visible customers who are paying a fraction of the cost. So what Verizon is doing is giving visible customers access. This will help reduce congestion on the network, and then they're just capping the speeds at 200 megabits per second, which is still plenty fast. Easily a great option. I'm super excited about that. Max S, I also need to do Total Wireless, yeah. I'm currently actually on the 3 gig plan with Mint right now, believe it or not. I test out so many providers that my data usage is pretty low, and I'm at home most of the time here in my apartment, so thankfully my usage is really low and I can keep my cell phone bill cheap. Let's see what else we have going on. Yeah, so King on Red Pocket. I'm working on them. I have my activation. I screen record every time I sign up for a carrier. So what I ended up doing is I saw the social security number and I was like, there's no way they need that. And I believe it's not a required field. So I just left mine blank. Both, I've ported 2 numbers. It was actually from US Mobile. I finished testing US Mobile, went to sign up for Red Pocket, and I ported 2 of my 4 US Mobile numbers to Red Pocket. Did not enter my social security number, and they went through just fine. I think the only carriers I'm aware of that require social security are carriers with postpaid plans, Verizon, AT&T, T-Mobile, and that is because they want to check your credit history and make sure everything is going to be all right. And yep, so that was Visible 5G. Jacob Jackson, thank you so much for joining the stream, my friend. Really appreciate it. Great to have you here. Yeah, David Hall, great point. US Mobile is going all out. They will have full access, I believe, full access to Verizon millimeter wave 5G. So we should do that. And Rahul Duda, forgive me if I mispronounce your name, but Rahul, Canadian carriers, yes, my friend, that is up there in terms of priority for me. I really want to launch Canadian cell phone carriers on bestphoneplans.net January 2021. And I'm going to do everything I can to try and make that happen. I already started looking into it. And woof, I got to say, Canadian plans, they're expensive. They're expensive, Rahul. So I wish you the best up there in Canada, but I'm going to see. Yeah, okay. I think this is a great time. People are talking about eSIM support. Mint Mobile is launching eSIM support soon, but we're not talking about that just yet. Let's talk about US Mobile. So let me cut over to my monitor here. This is my personal US Mobile account. Thankfully, not my personal number yet, because that is on Mint. But what's super exciting, 2 huge developments with US Mobile. First, I talked about this in the previous stream, usage analytics. If I zoom out here, you can now choose talk, text, and data and see your usage analytics for each of your lines on your accounts. It's insane. You can see Monday, 12 megabytes, Tuesday, 1 megabyte, Wednesday, 228, Thursday, nothing, Friday, 128, and today, Saturday, 4 megabytes. You can also do a monthly report, and you can kind of get a breakdown just like we saw before. And you can also do this for texting, how many texts, and talk. And I don't really talk, so there's nothing there. This is a test line, so that's why. But if I go back to something like texts, what's super cool is you get monthly total in the bottom right and daily average, okay? If I go to weekly, you can see daily average 2 texts. This is incredibly powerful for helping you as a US Mobile customer be like, all right, what US Mobile plan is going to meet my needs? You can literally go to your own analytics, see your own usage, and make an informed decision like, hey, it turns out I'm not texting as much on average. I can probably drop that. Or maybe you're looking at your data usage and you're like, whoa, I'm using so much data, 53 megabytes per day on average, maybe more than that. I need to upgrade my plan. Or maybe you're realizing, oh, I'm only using 53 megabytes per day on average. My weekly total is around 400 megabytes. I could probably get away with, let's say, a 2 gig plan, right? And you can adjust your plan accordingly, which I think is super, super cool. So I'd love to see this. The second really huge thing we got from US Mobile is, let me go to all my lines. You can see one on my account. It is an eSIM plan. US Mobile is now fully supporting eSIM. let's see exactly how this works. So on your US mobile account, you can go up top to where it says add a line, and you can either add a standard line with your SIM starter kit from US Mobile, or you can add international data, connect abroad. Now it sounds like this is just international. However, if we click on it, we actually get a really great pop-up on eSIM. If your device is compatible, asterisk, you do need an eSIM compatible phone. And the way it works, I'll punch in so you can read this as well. Wow, that got a little distorted. Man, let me zoom out. Overdid my zooming. How does it work? Add an eSIM line to the US mobile app. We'll email you a QR code. So you're just getting a QR code you can scan, and you install eSIM by scanning the code. That's it. And if you like, you can don't show this again and move on. But I like to see the pop-up just in case I need to reference that again or use it in a video. And here you can explore all of the different eSIM plans. There's so many great options here. Check this out. So I think the big one, like if you're traveling, let's say you are someone who lives in Canada, we'll take a peek at what Canada has to offer. You can see you can get a gig for $10. And you can see it's used in Canada, and you can get 5 gigs for $40. So kind of expensive, but not too bad. And if you select one of them, then there is the $2 service fee that US Mobile adds. So it comes out to $42, including all taxes and fees. And I believe with eSIM, I'm not sure. I don't think there's tax. I think it's more similar to like a data add-on you purchase. Like those aren't taxed from US Mobile. So I'm kind of assuming these are the same thing, because it looks like all add-ons are just the $2 service fee. Here's Dominican Republic. That also came up, and you can see the same pricing: 1 gig for $10, 5 gigs for $40. What's a country you guys want to go to? Let me see if the chat, I might be a little ahead in terms of what I'm seeing in the video and what you're seeing in the video, but if anyone comments a country, I'll look it up for you. And I'll do another one here. I've gone to Spain. That's a country I've visited in my past. 1 gig for $5, 5 gigs for $15. And again, that $2 service fee, so $17 total. That's a great value. And whoa, check this out, guys. This will actually work in Bulgaria, Norway, Sweden, Germany, United Kingdom, Lithuania, Australia, Finland, Hungary, Ireland, Netherlands, Belgium, Croatia, Estonia, France, Iceland, Latvia, Malta, Slovakia, Greece, Czech Republic, Spain, Portugal, Cyprus, Romania, Italy, and Turkey. So it's like an entire European eSIM plan in one. 5 gigs, $15 a month. I think this just shows you that like how affordable cell phone plans are in the rest of the world compared to Canada and the United States. I'm seeing some excellent comments now for countries. Let's look at what we have. Just going to go down the list here. Korea doesn't look like it's an option. We have South Korea, 1 gig for $5, 5 gigs for $20. A little bit more expensive than what we were seeing for Europe, but still really great value here. We've got Ukraine. Let's type that in. So this is the same as Canada, 1 gig for $10 or 5 gigs for $40, again with the $2 service fee. Let's do India. I feel like that would be a good one. Oops, my mistake. My spelling looking at chat. India, great options here. 1 gig for $5, and we have the 5 gig for $20 option. I will say with the $2 service fee, that's like, what, over 30% of the cost of the plan. So for a $1, or excuse me, a 1 gig, 5 gig plan, $2 service fee is kind of expensive percentage wise, but still $7. I think that's a great value. What else we got? Ireland. Love these countries. Ireland, we're looking at the same 1 gig for $5 and 5 gigs for $15. So great value. All right, so we'll do South Korea. See a super chat there. South Korea, we got 1 gig for $5 and 5 gigs for $20. And we have Japan, so let's type that in. If anyone's going to Japan, you're looking at same prices, 1 gig for $5 and 5 gigs for $20. Dennis P., thank you so much for your support and your super chat. Hopefully that helps answer your questions for US Mobile International eSIM. UK, I think I have to type in United Kingdom to get the UK. United Kingdom, super cheap. I think it's part of Europe. 1 gig for $5 and 5 gigs for $15. Austria. Let's do Austria. it looks like there's a very similar pricing across the board here. So we got Austria, excuse me, 1 gig for $5 and 5 gigs for $15. I mean, it's looking great. Looking like really good plans. We can do Africa. South Africa looks like is the option. Ooh, price change here. Very interesting note for South Africa. 1 gig is $8. 5 gigs is $35. So a little bit more expensive, I would say, if you're going to South Africa. And I'm seeing some Mexico requests, so I'll make sure I do that if I haven't already done it. I didn't really make a checklist for this, so forgive me if I do multiple countries twice. This plan is 1 gig for $20, 3 gigs for $40. That sounds very different. So China has 10 gigs for $0. There's no way. Click on China. Yeah, I'm not seeing that. I mean, unless there's an actual local plan in China that has that option. On my account, I'm seeing China is 1 gig for $5 and 5 gigs for $20. But these are all awesome. Yeah, we can do Pakistan. So this is actually for US Mobile. These international rates are not for Ting. Oh, yeah, and United States. That is incredible. So we'll do a couple more here. We'll do France and Pakistan. France. Check this out. 1 gig for $5, 5 gigs for $15. This is part of that Europe, like this Europe bundle, all right? Like, look at all those countries included. That is phenomenal. Hopefully you can see that. That is absolutely phenomenal. And I said Pakistan was the other one. Pakistan, 1 gig for $5, 5 gigs for $20. Very reasonable prices. And now the big Easter egg here is it actually works inside the United States of America. And check these out. We have a bunch of different options here. 1 gig for $5, 3 gigs for $15, 5 gigs for $20, and 10 gigs for $40 per month. That is it. How amazing is that? So that is US Mobile eSIM. All you do is select what eSIM plan you want. You continue with this plan and you confirm your billing information, and then you get a QR code and can activate it. So now the big question that you're probably all wondering, let's get this pop-up out of here. What network is US Mobile using for their eSIM plans? Truth is, I haven't tested it yet. My understanding, based on posts on Reddit, let me cut back to the main camera and let me quickly see if I can pull this up on Reddit for you so I can be correct. I believe they are using AT&T, and they may actually be reselling plans, which could be interesting. So US Mobile, they had a whole announcement on Reddit. I'll put the link in the chat if you're interested in checking this out. They had a full post on it. Ting. So Ting is using either T-Mobile or Verizon right now. I just want to make that clear. So we switched from the topic of discussing Ting to discussing US Mobile eSIM compatibility. And that link I just posted is for the official announcement on Reddit. And let me see if I can see. Boom. All right, I found the comment. Cut back to the monitor. Zoom in a little bit so we can see what's going on here. Dennis P, great question. I'll go back to the eSIM question in a moment, and let me just quickly clarify the networks. Okay, one comment. Any plans for Apple Watch being supported? And Mush is saying, of course, it takes a bit of work. So we could see Apple Watch plans. I'm not going to say soon at all. Not something we have bandwidth to complete this year. So maybe Apple Watch next year. And the big thing here, all right, what carrier will this use in the USA? It's data only, so that's important. All eSIM plans are data only from US Mobile, and this is using AT&T via TruePhone. I activated to test. The eSIM activation code was TruePhone, but you wouldn't know that if you just scan the QR. And then Mush, an official US Mobile representative on Reddit, is saying our eSIM platform has access to all major carriers in the US. It also has smart coverage, which essentially means that your eSIM can navigate between networks as well when needed. So it sounds like they're doing something here that will allow the eSIM to identify what network has the better coverage and data speeds and performance in your area and dynamically switch to and use that network for coverage. And I believe it will switch if you go to a new location as well. All right, Dennis, great question. And thank you for the super chat, my friend. I really appreciate it. Can you have multiple eSIM plans active at once? The answer is kind of. You cannot have multiple eSIM plans active on your phone at once, but you can actually purchase eSIM plans, and you can see this one on my account. It's not active yet, but when I scan the QR code, it will be active. And what's super cool is when we go to add international data, it actually will activate the plan automatically when you land in the country you're visiting, okay? So US Mobile is using geolocations to automatically, like, you activate the plan, you add it, you scan your QR code, right? When you land in the country you're visiting, that is when the eSIM plan will be active. So if you're going, let's say for whatever reason, I'm somehow able to make it into Canada. Wow, I'm misspelling everything right now. Canada. If I'm able to go to Canada, and let's say I get this plan will only activate when I get into Canada, which is, I think, such a huge convenience. And that is, yeah, so that's US Mobile eSIM. My understanding is you could purchase multiple eSIM plans and then activate them as you need and when you need them. But yeah, I think that's it. Are there any questions? Tablet data. Yes. Omar, that is an excellent idea. Definitely something on the list. I don't actually have a tablet, so that'll just be a lot of research. Max S, will Verizon Prepaid or Visible get support for eSIM? Currently, we have confirmation Visible is actively working on eSIM support, and they will be launching that hopefully by the end of the year. It's been unconfirmed, but oh, we have a request for New Zealand. Yeah, I'll absolutely look up New Zealand for you. Let's do add a line. And you can actually do this, by the way. Like, you can create a US mobile account. You don't need an active line of service. It'll just be an empty dashboard. And you can go to add a line and you can click on international data. And without actually owning or having active service, you can activate an eSIM plan, or you can do something else. But that's really cool. So you can play around with this and check. But I'm doing New Zealand just to see what those rates are. New Zealand, you're looking at 1 gig for $5 and 5 gigs for $20. So there you go. Casey, that's a really great question. What are the pros to having an eSIM plan? Well, an eSIM plan is basically using I think it's called embedded or electronic. I'm actually not sure. I mean, it's one of those acronyms, and it's a SIM card that's actually embedded in your smartphone. The advantage to using eSIM is allows you to have multiple lines active at the same time. This can be huge. And the huge advantage here is, let's say you're on US Mobile. I'm in the United States. I use Mint Mobile for coverage. Mint uses T-Mobile. But if I wanted to expand my network coverage, I can go to US Mobile. I can go to their United States eSIM plan, and I can select a data amount, let's say 3 gigs for $15. And all of a sudden, when I activate this plan on my phone, I will get access to not only Mint Mobile, that's using T-Mobile for coverage, but also US Mobile, which they've clarified is using AT&T, and apparently will switch between the networks for coverage, so you can expand your coverage. And I think the big win here is when Visible gets support for eSIM. I mean, just think about this. You can get a 35 gig plan from Mint Mobile for $30 a month, and an unlimited plan from Visible on Verizon for $25 a month. You're paying $55 per month for coverage on 2 networks with a pretty tremendous amount of cellular data. I think that's huge. So yeah, Max Tech, I can look up Poland for you. We'll do that quickly. And then I think we should move on to AT&T. Not trying to do a super long stream, but trying to make it interesting and informative. Poland only has one option, 1 gig for $30 per month. Again, you can check out all of these rates for yourself at US Mobile's website. And this applies to regular plans, but if you use code Stetson at checkout, you can actually score $20 of US Mobile credit if if you're interested in checking them out, and that's going to be pretty awesome. So, yes, Shankar, I will do a full updated review of Ting Mobile. They have actually been super nice, and they're sending out SIM cards for me to review. I should be able to test them out on both the T-Mobile and Verizon networks to have a full comprehensive review for you. And personal phone, I'm using the iPhone. Actually, my personal SIM card is in the iPhone mini right now. It's because I've been doing a lot of speed tests, and for consistency's sake, I'm using a 12 and, I'm looking at myself in the live stream and it's backwards, but I'm using a 12 and a 12 Pro, and I have another 12. So that's why my personal SIM is in the mini, to keep the phones I'm using for speed testing consistent in size. Shankar, you're absolutely welcome. I'll let you know as soon as that goes live. I'm super excited about it. Of course, plenty of videos in the works. All right. Okay, Iceberg, great question. eSIM on iPhone, can you get 5G? My current understanding is if you use eSIM on iPhone, that yes, you can get 5G. However, if you are using eSIM in dual SIM mode, which is what I was describing earlier, where you have a main number on the physical SIM card and a second active line on the eSIM, neither line will get access to 5G. So you have to turn off dual SIM mode and use one SIM card, whether it's just the eSIM or just the physical SIM card in the device. All right. Casey, great question. So if you're using eSIM specifically on US Mobile, I want to clarify US Mobile is data only. You will not get talk and text with US Mobile eSIM. You will only get cellular data access. If you're using eSIM on other carriers, let's say like when Mint Mobile fully rolls out eSIM support, then yes, you will get talk and text, and it has no effect on the quality of the service. It is literally just a second SIM card, but instead of being a physical plastic card, I have like a box of 100 of those SIM cards, but it's in the other room. It's instead of being an actual physical SIM card, it is just built into the phone itself. So it's embedded on the logic board, and that's the only difference. All right. Bobox 0807. Hello, my friend. It's great to have you here. All right, let's move on to AT&T. I think the final topic for today's discussion, code over to the monitor. AT&T, either today or yesterday, I'm honestly unsure, they announced brand new plans. And yeah, let's take a look. So the new plans are on their website, $30 a month for 5 gigs and $40 a month for 15 gigs. Let's go to their mobile plans tab. They have a comparison chart. Here it is. It's on the same page. Just had to scroll down. So we can see their new options. All right, again, the new options, $30 a month for 5 gigs, $40 a month for 15 gigs. You are not getting 5G access with these plans, and you are getting prepaid data priority, which means you will be deprioritized or slowed down during times when the network is congested. That's my current understanding here. You will get rollover data, which is awesome, and I'm going to clarify what that means in a moment. You do get support for the mobile hotspot, which I love to see. For the unlimited plan, it is an add-on, which I'm not a big fan of. You're not getting cloud storage. That's totally fine. I would never trust a cellular carrier with cloud storage. That is just a hook to get you to feel obligated to stick with their service, because once you have your personal documents in the cloud, you feel like you can't leave. So I would not recommend that. That is why we have services like Google Drive, Dropbox, Microsoft OneDrive, and all of the other cloud storage solutions, so you have the flexibility to switch plans or carriers anytime you need. You're not getting HD video, which is unfortunate. I'll look into that. Use in Canada and Mexico. The $40 15 gig plan includes use in Canada and Mexico. That's great to see. And the $30 plan does not. All right, so let's look at the fine print. My favorite part, not really. I wish it was more obvious. All right, so key points for the unlimited plans. Neither of these were those, but you are getting capped at 128 kilobits per second. Unused high-speed data rolls over to the next month. That is pretty awesome. This means if you are on the 15 gig or the 5 gig plan, and let's say you only use 3 gigs or 10 gigs, then your unused data will roll over to your next month of service. So 5 gig plan, you only use 3 gigs, 2 gigs will roll over to your next month. So your next month, you have a total pool of 7 gigs of data that you can pull from. That is awesome. It's nice to see that. But I think AT&T might be one of the only carriers that's actually doing rollover data at this point. It's a very, very niche thing to want, and kind of, I don't know, it's just like not a feature a lot of plans have anymore. The 15 gig plan, same deal. If you use only 5 gigs one month, 10 gigabytes will roll over, and your next month you will have a total allotment of 25 gigs of cellular data. That is awesome. And then after the month, then it kind of resets, so it won't roll over more than 1 month. That's my understanding. Okay, 3. Let's see, was there a 3 here? No, so that's good. HD quality when available with Stream Saver turned off. So I think, let's see. No, so these do not support HD video quality. That means they will be using Stream Saver. I believe Stream Saver caps video to 2 megabits per second. So, oh, excuse me. Standard definition plays at 480p, and it's actually capped at 1.5 megabits per second. So it's a little bit slower. Verizon, I believe, caps at 2 megabits per second. You can visit this link to get more information. But yeah, those are AT&T's new plans to kind of complement their suite of plans. Another key thing I want to point out is AT&T Unlimited Plus. This got some different wording on the website, but it's actually the same plan as before, or very similar. So can I not scroll horizontally? What? Who designed this? How do you have a comparison chart that I can't see the whole chart of? AT&T, I'm telling you. Good plans, good service, but medium web design in my opinion. All right, so they say Unlimited Plus. AT&T may temporarily slow down data speeds if network is busy. It sounds like this plan is the same as AT&T Unlimited, but with hotspot support. And that kind of makes sense because the hotspot add-on is actually a $10 add-on. Now, I think it's shop now. Yes, you can use my current location, AT&T. We'll give it the go ahead on that. All right, this is where we get the info. Boom. AT&T Unlimited Plus is the exact same plan we were just looking at. Here is where we see the language that after 22 gigabytes, AT&T may temporarily slow data speeds. So you still get the 22 gigs of post-paid priority data with AT&T Unlimited Plus. This is basically, in my opinion, one of the better options for a single line on AT&T because it comes out to $60 a month with auto pay, which is reasonable. Honestly, all of AT&T's plans are expensive, and with the $75 price point, that's when you may just want to go with a regular post-paid plan from them. But that's the update from AT&T. I have not updated bestphoneplans.net yet because these plans just came out and I was busy on other things, so I'm going to hopefully get those updated soon. And yes, Carlos, we have eSIM on Mint. That is huge, but it's also a super slow rollout. I feel like we can go, let me go to Mint, and we can just look at the announcement on Reddit just so everyone's aware. eSIM is coming to Mint Mobile. This is super exciting. Rizwan was the one who shared this. And basically, it's coming to all eSIM-enabled iPhone models, okay? Including the new iPhone 12. And it's not coming to Android devices yet. It should be Q1 or Q2 2021 when it's available on Android. Once it's enabled, existing customers will be able to switch to eSIM via the app. So you're going to be able to do it with the app. I might try and test this out if I'm able to. I have to get in contact with Mint. And they have some more information here. iPhone models supported. Again, all iPhone models that support eSIM. That includes iPhone XR, XS, and newer, basically. So most of the new iPhones since, what was it, like 2018, I want to say? Those will support eSIM, which will be great. You get 5G access, but as I mentioned before, if you have dual SIM mode enabled on iPhone 12, that will prohibit 5G access. So you actually have to disable that, and you can only use one SIM card, and it would just be the eSIM on iPhone 12 to get 5G access. What's good about eSIM? Gives you the flexibility. I don't know. I have mixed takes on this. I'd be really curious to hear what your thoughts are on eSIM. I think it's, first of all, phenomenal. Okay, I love it. but I'm undecided if I would want my main number on eSIM or if I want my main number on a physical SIM card, so it's easier for me to switch to any phone I want to, and so I can have my eSIM available for getting a international data pass from carriers like US Mobile or other carriers to make it easier to travel abroad. Because that's something I'm noticing. All these carriers are providing eSIM plans for international data roaming, and I think that's almost more convenient than signing up at the country you're visiting. So getting an eSIM plan that can roam across all of Europe seems like a really convenient solution for traveling internationally. That's my take. Let me see if any questions. Yes, Carlos, 5G will work on iPhone 12 as I mentioned, and as is listed in the article. You just need to make sure you disable dual SIM mode, okay? And then you will get 5G access on Mint Mobile. Casey Hardiman, so yes, it's kind of a tricky question. If you do a data-only eSIM add-on, that is where it doesn't matter what number or what SIM card has your personal phone number. If you do a data-only add-on, you're not getting a second phone number. If you have two lines, like let's say Mint Mobile supporting eSIM, and maybe you have a second line on another carrier like Visible, that's in the physical SIM card, you will actually get two numbers on your iPhone. Both phone numbers can receive calls, and when you're placing calls, you can choose which number you want to place the call with. You basically can designate one number as a primary number, and then you can designate one number as a secondary number, and you can also name them. I would actually recommend talking to Apple or the specific manufacturer of your device for more information on eSIM. I'm not sure if all manufacturers support dual SIM mode with eSIM. I know Apple does. I think Google on their Pixel 5, when I've been using it, I think they are actually more restrictive. They only allow one active SIM card in the device at a time, whether it's eSIM or physical SIM. N777TY. I like that idea. Mint eSIM and then pop in an international local SIM when traveling. The truth is, Carlos, great to have you in the chat, my friend. But yeah, that's a really good point. AT&T Prepaid also doing eSIM, and that's actually a really great point. I'm not sure if it's how easy it is to activate it on eSIM, to be honest with you, but I know if you get an eSIM, like I believe if you activate the plan and pick up an AT&T eSIM, you can call customer support. You call the activation department at AT&T, and they will swap the number over to the eSIM for you. Casey, I'm super glad that answered your question. Bobox0807, I think we discussed this earlier in the chat. I don't think my area in Colorado, Longmont or Denver, has AT&T 5G Plus. So that's my current understanding. I think that's pretty much everything I wanted to cover in this stream. So let me know if you have other questions. The other thing, I'll give you a sneak preview of something I'm working on at the very end here. So this is actually the back end of my website, and I'm using Webflow. I wish they could, oh, you can't see that. So let me pull that up. Actually, maybe I'll let it load first so you don't see it all disgusting looking. I want it to be pretty. Maybe I can go into preview mode. And yeah, all right, cool. So I'll pull this up. This is a sneak preview, everyone. This is coming soon-ish. No timeline or date, but that is awesome. Check this out. So this is the Mint Mobile page. Something I'm working on is I want to make it more clear what add-ons are available for each of the different carriers and for each of the different specific plans. So I've designed something. You can scroll down, you get deals. This is pretty cool. Mint's doing a $15 a month for the phone, $15 a month for the service. But what's new here is right here, the add-ons. I'll punch in a little bit so you can see it. Mint Mobile add-ons, you can see international calling credit and international roaming credit, and you can click and you can expand and you can learn way more. And then there are links to jump to the supported plans. How cool is that? I'm super excited to be bringing this over to the website. I have literally hundreds of add-ons to add. And so I have to like manually type in the title, all the description, and make sure it is linked to the correct plans. But this is a sneak preview of what is coming soon. Let me cut back to the main camera, and I'll show you a second carrier. If I go to T-Mobile, I was just adding a few to T-Mobile. Cut back to the LG monitor so you can see this. So this is T-Mobile, my latest video, T-Mobile Explained, to kind of talk about the differences. But I was just looking at the different add-ons, and if I go into preview mode, actually nope, that was preview mode. If I go into preview mode, they should be collapsed. Yeah, here we go. So T-Mobile add-ons, I'm working on adding these, but you can see like T-Mobile, Netflix, 4 screens UHD upgrade, $3 a month, and you can see this is compatible with Magenta Plus. So I'm working on just trying to make it more clear what add-ons are available for what plans, and these will be eventually, not yet, but these will be on the plan-specific pages as well. But yeah, that's a sneak preview of something I'm working on, and I think that's going to conclude this live stream. Let me see if there's any other remaining questions, and then I will be doing a separate live stream for all of my Patreon supporters, just to show my appreciation and to chat with them. So let me finish this up, and then I will head on over there. But let's go back to the main camera. What do we got? Yeah, so for Mint for video, I want to be clear about that. Mint's 3 gig, 8 gig, and 12 gig plans have absolutely no data speed caps for video. Mint's new 35 gig plan, the one they are branding as unlimited or unlimited, that one does only stream at standard definition 480p video. I believe it's a 2 megabit per second speed cap. Boost Mobile got some unlimited family plans coming out Monday. Cedric, Lawrence, my friend, how do you know that? I'm so, I try and follow this industry, but I feel like so many of you are so much more into it. So thank you for the heads up on that. I will be, of course, updating the website. Javier Ferreira Rivera, with US Mobile, yes, you can change plans. From my experience, the plan changes go into effect the next billing cycle. So that's going to be that. Delane124, what phone company has just a data-only plan? Well, actually, US Mobile, I'll pull their setup right now. Let me get it up so you can just take a quick look. I'll try and cover this more, but if you go to US Mobile, you can actually choose to just get a data plan there, which is really cool. And I'll cut over to the LG monitor. So if you go to plans, they actually, did they get rid of their, no, here it is. So they have a build your own plan. And what's really cool is you actually don't need to pick minutes or text. You can just get a data plan, and reasonably affordable rates, 5 gigs for $20. And they do add on taxes and fees. So let's say it's on the high end. Let's estimate $5. You're looking at a total price of $25 for 5 gigs of cellular data. That is on US Mobile, and this can be either available on their Super LTE or GSM LTE networks. King Solomon, how are these plans so cheap? I'm not sure exactly what you're talking about in terms of specific carriers, but in general, the way prepaid carriers are more affordable than postpaid carriers is they sign agreements with the major providers. So in Mint Mobile's case, they have an agreement with T-Mobile. Same with Ting. They have an agreement with T-Mobile and Verizon, and they get access to the Verizon or T-Mobile networks. They get wholesale costs, and they will resell these plans onto the consumer at lower costs. And the reason the prices are lower is they have lower operating costs. So they have no physical store locations. They're all online. This saves money on retail locations, heating, renting space, just paying for sales employees' salaries, things like that. And overall, just a bunch of other ways to save money, and they pass on these savings to the consumer. That's how they can have more affordable plans. They are using the same networks, though. I live in the UK and pay £20 for 20 gigs, so $27 for 20. Yeah, that's a phenomenal deal from a United States perspective, King Solomon. But I'm honestly not sure from a UK perspective. I haven't quite gotten to comparing UK plans yet. Kevin Strotter, hope I said that correctly. I don't think I did. But Kevin, thank you so much for the super chat, my friend. I really appreciate it. Is that the same priority, or does the Start Unlimited still have priority over MVNOs visible included in that? I actually did a dedicated video speed testing the different plans on the Verizon network. I'll pull this up. I think I can pull it up, just so you can know. And yeah, so here's the video. Oh God, I got an ad on my own video. Thank you, me, for supporting my channel. Skip ads. There we go. Boom. So I did a speed test, and I'll just throw this up so you can quickly see it. And it was Visible versus US Mobile versus Verizon Prepaid versus Play More. And I'll share this if you want to watch the full thing to give you the synopsis, the findings. The postpaid data plan on Verizon was fastest. And yes, it is true. Visible, US Mobile, and Verizon Prepaid all have the same level of priority, and it is that lower priority. So they have a QCI value of 9, whereas Verizon Play More has a QC value of 8. So that's it. US Mobile, it is deprioritized during times of network congestion. Yeah. All right. I think that's going to do it for the stream. And yeah, I'll go to the podcast scene for when I start a podcast, and these actually have episodes. But yeah, that's going to be it for this live stream. Thank you all so much for joining. Hopefully you learned something new and had a great time here. I certainly had fun, and this is hopefully a great way to cover all of the news that happened in the past few weeks, as well as get a glimpse into the Best Phone Plans website, because there was a lot that happened and a lot to cover that I haven't quite had the time to make dedicated videos for. So either way, that is going to be it for this live stream. Thank you all so much for joining me. I really appreciate your support. It's always great having you come out and chatting with you. I really do appreciate it. And if you're a Patreon supporter, I will probably message you in Discord with a link and we can hang out. But that's going to be it.